Morning, students. Today we are going to see last topic of the first unit, that is imaging geometry. So this is the last topic, and this is an important topic in first unit. So in this session, first we will be going to learn about what is meant by imaging geometry. Then we will be going to discuss about the various geometrical operations and then the associated coordinates, geometrical coordinates. After completing what is all the knowing about geometrical coordinates, we will be discussing about each and every geometrical operations, that is translation, scaling, rotation. So like this, we will be discussing about three geometrical operations. And finally, we will be discussing about the image formation process, how the image is created. It corresponds to the geometry, geometrical arrangement, how the image is captured. So we can see one by one. First, we can see what is meant by imaging geometry. So saying about imaging geometry, it deals about size, shape, position, angle, dimension, length, area, volume, design, pattern. So like this, it deals with so many sort of things of imaging and it corresponds to camera. So these sort of things we can say it as these sort of things we are discussing or dealing with during imaging, then we can say it as imaging geometry. So if you want to say the definition in specific, so you can say the angular arrangement between the object and camera. So if you want to say in another way, that is the position of camera or the position of object, how the position of camera is and how the position of object is. So otherwise we can say the plane of image capturing by camera. The plane of image capturing by camera. So like this we can give more definitions defining it. So next, line of object and camera alignment, we can say line of object and camera alignment. Otherwise latitude and longitudinal arrangement of camera object in XYZ plane. So otherwise discussing with camera and imaging object coordinates. So like this we can specify different definitions for imaging geometry. So many sort of things we are dealing with imaging geometry. That is the if you say in simple about imaging geometry, that is the position of camera and position of object that is suitable for imaging. That is called imaging geometry. So next we are going to see what are the operations that are carried out for imaging. So that is what are the operations in geometry that are carried out while imaging. So there are so many operations were carried out, but the very familiar and most probable operations in imaging are, that is translation, scaling, rotation. Translation, scaling, rotation. So these are some of the major geometrical operations that are being carried out in imaging. So, so next we are going to see about geometrical coordinates. So regarding geometry, saying about geometrical operations, so coordinates are important factors. They are the parameters. So we have to, here we have taken, we want to see about the coordinates of camera, we want to see about the coordinates of object. So, and next we want to see about the coordinates of real world. So how is the environment. So all sort of things are involved in geometrical imaging. So here saying about the positional coordinates, the real world coordinates can be given in three-dimensional, that is x, y, and z. The regarding imaging coordinates, it can be referred in two-dimensional or three-dimensional. So that is, if you are referring in two-dimensional, then it is x comma y, and if it is in three-dimensional, it can be referred using x, y, and z. So now we can see one by one all the geometrical operations. So the first we can see about translation. So saying about translation, that is moving the camera or object in linear, in a straight way, in straight path, in linear, if the in a linear path. So that is creating some displacement from one position to another in a straight path. So here the movements will be either left or right, front or back, top or bottom. So like this in linear movement of displacement is happened. So if you are mathematically representing this, we can give give the concept as in linear expression as x star is equal to x plus x naught. So here x naught is the displacement, x is the old position and x star is the new position. So like that we can give for three coordinates, like that can give for three coordinates. So now for the purpose of mathematical computation, we need to can convert this to into an array. So that is, it can be rewritten in array as, that is in this form, if we can rewritten the linear expression. So from that we can get the functional array, that is for, we can get the functional array for translation. So since array has only limited functionalities, and if we convert this to a matrix, more functionalities can be carried out. So for that purpose, we are appending some zeros. We are appending some zeros and making the array in a two-dimensional array, a two-dimensional square matrix. We are creating into a square matrix so that more number of more number of computations can be carried out. So finally, we got this mathematical array. So we got the matrix that we can say it as functional matrix of translation. So this matrix gives the translational function. Now, if you want, it can be represented in vector form, that is v star is equal to tv, where t is the functional or translational matrix and v is the positional vector, that is it refers the coordinates, that is old vector positional coordinates, and it's saying about new positional coordinates, that is v star, it represents the new positional coordinates. So like this, for for translation geometrical operation corresponds to translation, we have derived the mathematical expression. This will help us to helps machines to assess the data, helps the machines to assess the data. Nowadays the automatic movements are there, so this data, numerical data will the helps the machines camera to work by their own with their artificial intelligence. So next we can see about scaling. So this is for the purpose of zooming the imaging or zoom out. So just adding some scaling factor, that is some having some multiplication factor. So correspond to that, we have creating a scaling matrix which corresponds to that scaling constant, multiplication scaling constant, that is sx, sy, and xz. So this helps us for the zooming and zoom out of the image, so zooming and zoom out of the object. So otherwise with the linear the adjustment of focal length between the lens and the object. So this is called scaling. Next operation, that is rotation. Here here an angular movement. So here the movement, we are here the camera movements will be an angular movement. So how we are carrying out an angular movement or rotation, angular displacement in x, y, and z axis. So rotating about x, y, and z, here that is an angular displacement of alpha, beta, and theta. That is which corresponds to x, y, and z axis will be carried out. So for if you want to refer this in mathematical expression, so the rotational displacement, the rotational movement, if you want to express in mathematical form, it can be given as in mathematical matrix, that is r alpha, r beta, on r theta. So this, if you want to say about the rotational movement of the camera, we can given some names, that is some standard names have been provided for the rotational movements, that is pan, tilt, and zoom. That is changing in the changing, that is saying about pan, that is change in angle between the x and the x axis, moving left and right. So saying that is the movement will be in rotational. And next saying about tilt, changes in angle between y and y axis, that is moving top and bottom. That is in rotational movement. That is an angular movement. Next zoom, that is changing in front and back. So like this, the movements here saying about the translation, that is movement will be linear, whereas in rotation the movement will be in angular displacement. They are linear displacement, here angular displacement. That is the difference. Where when saying about both the things, there are the movements are happening in the camera. So with the help of this, the geometrical adjustments were carried out, and the imaging were done. And sometimes if there is an object of very large distance is there, then at that situation how the distance is managed, that is they will be managing the focal the distance between the lens and the object. They will adjust, they will have some telescopic lens. So how we can prefer the lens. For that purpose we are having some mathematical expression, that is how we are adjusting the focal length between the object and the lens. So here we will be carrying out with the help of mathematical the expression, that is x is equal to lambda x by lambda minus z. Here lambda is called the focal length of the lens. We will prefer what sort of lens should be used to focus the object, to capture the to bring the object to the within the capturing limit. How we are adjusting this, so this can be decided, and based on that we can capture the image. So just so like this, the geometrical positions of the camera or lens are adjusted, or sometimes if required the object is adjusted and the image is captured. So I think we got some idea, we have some wide knowledge of imaging geometry. And for further reference we can refer this text, and if you have any doubts we can contact. So thank you. We can see in the next topic.